Here at CBS New York, we are always working to break the stigma around mental illness. And this Sunday, October 12th, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is having its Manhattan Out of the Darkness Walk, the powerful annual event dedicated to raising awareness, honoring loved ones lost, and bringing hope to those affected by suicide. Joining us now are Zach Mosco, volunteer lead with the Out of the Darkness Walk, and Yvonne Wong, who serves on the AFSP Out of the Darkness Manhattan Walk Committee. Yvonne and Zach, welcome. Thank you for being here. So Yvonne, tell us how you first got involved with AFSP.
Yeah, definitely. So about 12 years ago, I lost my brother to suicide, and I was just really overwhelmed with grief and anger and confusion as to why he had to die. And so I started looking for organizations that could speak openly about suicide prevention and mental health. And that's really what led me to AFSP. It was an organization that really spoke about suicide openly, not just about mental health in vague terms. And it offers education around mental health, suicide prevention, and it does a lot of advocacy events throughout the year to kind of reduce the stigma around mental health and suicide.
And, you know, the Out of the Darkness Walk means so much to many of us who have been there. You really feel like you're not alone because you're surrounded by people who understand. What has it meant for you?
It's meant a lot because it's really given me an ability to openly talk about my brother's struggle as well as my own grieving around his passing. I think it's also enabled other people to be open about mental health struggles that they've had, suicide attempts, or people around them who have committed or, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Who have committed or who have had mental health struggles. And I think in that sense, people have actually come to me and asked me, you know, how have you dealt with it? Like, what do you recommend to help those who are struggling? And so it's really opened the conversation in a way that before I got involved with AFSP, I didn't really know how to have those conversations.
I know there's so many things to learn, just even the language to use, the things to say. And I think the AFSP website is a great place to go because it talks about so many of these things. You know, it's so hard to talk about suicide prevention. How do you think this, you know, helps open up that conversation?
It really gives people an opportunity to openly talk about it, because I think if you don't have a mechanism like a walk or an advocacy event, you really don't know how to even start that conversation. And so I think AFSP really helps just give that path to kind of exactly what it says, to come out of the darkness, to shed light on this really important stigma that we really want to break.
And Zach, can you talk about the resources and support out there for people affected by suicide?
Yeah, so AFSP, spans across 73 different chapters, all 50 states, Puerto Rico. There's avenues to get involved, like events, walks all over. There's resources, obviously, not just through AFSP, but nationally, 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline, Crisis Hotline. But we really try to create a community, like Yvonne said, that people can be there for one another, and it spans way beyond AFSP, but we really try to start the conversation.
And AFSP focuses a lot on research and education. So can you share some of the programs locally that are happening?
Yeah, right now AFSP has over $32 million in actively funded research grants that are going out. So AFSP funds research all over. Some other programs, so in addition to International Suicide Loss Day, which we host twice a year for community events, we also fund different conversations like Talk Saves Lives. That's our program that we come into libraries, communities, nonprofits, corporations, all around the country to educate employees, educate individuals in the community on recognizing signs that are triggering signs where people are doing not well, and how to provide resources, and just to really start the conversation. So Talk Saves Lives is a great program. You can request one of our trainees to come in.
And I think it's such a good organization, just if you even have questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the thing. Sometimes you don't even know what questions to ask, or you're really concerned about somebody. And it's great resources. Yvonne Wong and Zach Mosco, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you on Sunday, okay?
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Us.
And it's going to happen, the walk. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
So no matter what the weather is.
We'll be there.
And CBS New York is a community partner with the AFSP, and we have a team you can join called Walk with Cindy Shu. Again, the AFSP Out of the Darkness Walk takes place this Sunday at 11:30 a.m. at Pier 16 and 17 at the Seaport.